Yo, what's poppin'? This is Lethal Bizzle, and today I'm going to be telling you 10 albums that's influenced me the most. Number one, it's by a group called WU-TANG. They were probably my first kind of real hip-hop group I took to. The album I'm going to choose, and I think a lot of Wu-Fangs may agree or disagree, but I think Wu's got a few classic albums, and it's out of 36 Chambers or Wu-Tang Forever. But I'm going to choose Wu-Tang Forever. 36 Chambers was a classic. They changed the game. But Wu-Tang Forever was like a whole nother level where Wu-Tang really officially arrived. The videos are crazy. I mean, every single beat on that album was amazing. You know, like, there'll be days, like, don't do this at home, kids, but I used to bunk school just to listen to the album. Like, that's how much the album really took to me, Wu-Tang Forever. So yeah, that's number one. All right, my second album that influenced me was Notorious B.I.G's last album before he died, Life After Death. Great album, double-side album. You know, he really left us with a lot of his work. And that album was a different album to his other ones. You know, he really kind of like, he took it to a different kind of level in terms of like production-wise and lyrically. You know, he's always been on point, but this was more, I think, the album that was making him to make his real arrival to the world, man. You know, Ready to Die was a classic, but Life After Death had some bangers, you know, joints like, you know, More Money, More Problems, you know, the tunes with Bone Thugs, you know, some real classic material on there, man, you know, and one of my all-time favorites with R. Kelly, I'm Fucking You Tonight, you know what I mean? Tune's amazing. So yeah, Biggie Smalls' Life After Death, number 2. This next album, and these guys really kind of influenced me in a big way. They go by the name of GALLOWS. It was mad, met them, and the chemistry was just instant. The album, Orchestra Walls, you know, My Name is Casanova. There's some bangers on there. You know, it's like, I became an ultimate GALLOWS fan after that tour and after I heard that album and after working with them as well. It was a real kind of cool experience in my life, man. I really kind of enjoyed that. So yeah, Orchestra Walls, number 3. Okay, this next album is by my favorite producer of all time. The guy's a genius. And this album is up there with one of the greatest hip-hop albums ever, I believe so. And it's got to be Dr. Dre, 2001. And it was so crazy because when this album came out, I was actually on the same label as Dre over here. So we had the same kind of team in terms of like the artwork and the pluggers and the marketing guys who in the UK were doing Dr. Dre. And I used to hear crazy stories, man, and I used to be so fascinated. They'd be like, oh, I heard a rumor about Dre wasn't happy with his artwork, and Dre was like, yo, like, in the end, he just done his own artwork. And if you look in the artwork, it's just amazing. It's got like pictures of the studio sessions of everyone working, and it's just crazy, man. And the record is just unbelievable. You know, it's almost 10 years old, and it just feels so fresh. It's tracks like Still DRE, you know, Forgot About Dre, like Next Episode, like the list goes on and on, man. Production, like, just, you know what I mean? I salute you, Dr. Dre, my idol. Okay, this next album was the first album I wouldn't say bought because I didn't really have no money. I told my dad to buy it. It was Michael Jackson and Bad. These days there weren't no CDs about. It was just records and tapes. And I remember I got the record, it was a double folded record, and it's got Michael Jackson in this black, kind of crazy, glittery, silvery, blacky outfit with loads of chains and stuff. And yeah, man, it had the tune Bad on there, and that was my first kind of album, you know, that I told Daddy to go and buy. And I was a huge Michael Jackson fan. Rest in peace to the king. Oh shit, my BlackBerry's going off. Yeah, rest in peace to the king. Michael Jackson, never be forgotten. So yeah, Michael Jackson, bad. Okay, number 6. This album is by my boy DIZZEE RASCAL, Boy in the Corner. That album simplifies a lot of the UK street scene, you know, in a nutshell. Classic, and it was so crazy, like the journey of him even making that record, because we all used to roll together and stuff. Like everyone used to just be together and stuff, and it was mad. Like all those tracks on the album, they were like big hits on the street already. You know, a lot of them like I've heard before, and they were just big on the roadside. And then when you put everything together and you listen to the record, it's like it really takes you to like there's certain things on that album, certain elements on that album that, you know, it's just like it's more than the music, man. Like it's just so, just everything about it. It's just so related and like just captures a lot of what was going on in the scene at that point. And yeah, it's a classic album, man. You know, you had classic songs on there. You know, Fix Up, Look Sharp, Just a Rascal. You know, what's that tune? What's that song? I love that tune. It's a Brand New Day. That tune, I forgot what it's called, but yeah, love that tune. Full of opportunities, what could I say? I plan to make my pay and put something away for an off-key day. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, real talk, man. Real talk. And at that age as well, Diz was mad young and he was saying a lot of stuff. Yeah, so Boy in the Corner, classic album, man. Shout out to Diz. My number 7th album is gotta be from the man Nasty Nas. He was another one of my idols when I was growing up. The guy's got, I don't know how many classic albums he's got, but I'm gonna have to choose one. And I'm gonna choose Stillmatic. I feel Stillmatic is a close first with Illmatic for being Nas's all-time best album. But I'm gonna go with Stillmatic because Stillmatic was the whole Jay-Z kind of era. You know, he had the Big Ether song on there. You know, like one of the biggest diss tracks ever. You know, in hip hop history. One Mic. You know, Got Yourself a Gun. You know, I think that was Nas at his peak. You know, it was just like, whoa, like no one could fuck with Nas at that point, man. You know, Jay-Z was trying to go in with him, but he handled Jay-Z pretty smoothly, I think. And the album it's definitely a classic, one of the all-time favorites. So yeah, Nas, Stillmatic. Okay, my number 8 album is gonna be the Jigga Jigga Jay-Z. I had a little debate on my Twitter the other day, so funny, and I must have said, what is Jay-Z's best album? And I think it's Blueprint 1. A lot of people were like, it's his first album, it's Black Album, but I feel Blueprint 1 is Jay-Z's best album. So much hits on there. Had to take over the Diss for Nas. He had the H to the Izzo. You know, there was just some classic moments on that album. Lyrically, it was just like, oh my God. Like, you know, there'll be times, there was a lot of rewinding going on with that album, man. And it was one of those albums you just play from start to finish and you just cruise in your car. You don't even have to skip no song. You know what I mean? That's when you know you got a classic on your hands, man. So, yeah, Blueprint 1, Jay-Z. Okay, number 9, it's got to be the man 50 Cent. Get Rich or Die Trying. A contender of one of the best hip-hop albums of all time. Classic. I mean, from start to finish again. You know, tracks like Many Men. You know, a lot of songs on that album was so relating to what I was going through at that point. Like, I was going through a lot of shit on the street and stuff. And there was a lot of songs on there that was just, you know, just like, you know, making me feel like, raw, it's not really me. You know what I mean? Of course, you know what I mean? A lot of shit was going on, like, and that album really just You know what I mean? Just kind of helped me still to listen to certain things and be like, right, okay. So, but yeah, some bad tracks on that. Favorite ones: Many Men, In the Club, You're Not Like Me, If I Can't Do It. Oh, so much. Pimp with Snoop, like classic, you know. And Dr. Dre, the man behind the project also. So, you know what I mean? When you got two guys like that, it's inevitable. Something ridiculously fantastic is gonna come out of it. So, yeah, 50 Cent, Get Rich or Die Trying. Number 10 is my new album, Go Hard. This is probably my favorite album. I feel like this is the album that the Bizzle fans want from me. It's real hard, it's real energetic. It's like a party from start to finish. You know, we've obviously got the single Go Hard on there. We've got a track called Lost My Mind, produced by Mark Ronson on there. I've got another track, one of my favorite tracks on there is called Crazy Nightmare. It's just such a fun album, man. Like, making it was so fun. And it's just like a big party from start to finish, man. It's all up tempo, you know. I can honestly say this album, I've never ever made an album where I haven't had any interferences. This is the first album I haven't really had any interferences from A&Rs and be like, oh, do this, and like, this is just the Bizzle. Like, you get me, everything on this album is just like, yes, you get what I'm saying? Like, no one's interfered in it, so it's like, it's real I want to do. So no compromises or nothing. It's just what it is. So yeah, and I think people are gonna really dig it, man. So go get that. Go Hard. I think it's out October 5th.